Put that shiny tool back on the shelf. You don't need it, you greedy bastard. Welcome to Simplified Sparky Marketing. In life, we're all fallible human beings. Not everything we do is going to work out perfectly, but you have to give some things a go. One trap that I've fallen into over the years is shiny object syndrome, where I think the latest software, the latest gimmick, the latest AI tool that you can plug into your job management software, a new job management that looks a little bit better than the previous one. I buy it and I think it's going to solve my issues and solve my problems, where it won't. Over the years, I have bought so much stupid, pointless courses, softwares, and they've just sat there sucking money out of my bank account every month. And it's not until you get a statement or the accountant says it to you, you acknowledge they're coming out, you're like, shit, I don't even use that thing. An example of this was I bought a software for housing my systems, and it ended up probably about $1,200 or $1,400 a year, but I held that software for maybe 4 or 5 years. So I probably dropped about $5,000 to $6,000 on that. And I didn't need that. All I needed to do, and what I am currently doing, is simply I've got a few folders inside in my Google Workspace, Google Drive as it can be called as well. And I've got spreadsheets which link out to the systems, and then whoever needs to do the system has got access to that link. It's very simple. You can also embed this into ServiceMate as well, something I get into with members inside Simplified Sparky. But yeah, it don't chase the shiny objects just because you think something is going to give you that quick fix or a quick win. Everything requires learning. For example, I'm after getting some camera equipment lately, and there's specific stuff I have to set up, but I know that if I get that camera, plug it in, it's not just going to miraculously have the settings I need or want. I am going to have to do my research on that, learn how to function it correctly, and then implement. And implementation is the biggest thing. I think instead of implementing stuff, we chase the next object. So there's always guys out there like, you need to do Facebook ads, you need to do Google ads, you need to do all these other distractions is what I'm going to call them. Whereas you can't see the trees from the forest. Your business basically is riddled with holes already. Not saying you in particular, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of holes in your business that can be patched and fixed before you waste money on little shiny objects or Google ads or Facebook ads or whatever. You need to go back to the basics. So if you're one of the early listeners to the podcast, or this is your first podcast that you've listened to, if you literally do not ever pay me a cent, you go back through the podcasts, you'll probably make a couple of 100,000 over the years. That may equate to millions by just doing simple little basic things in your business. So this message is essentially to say the next time you see a shiny course, shiny object, the latest gimmick that pops up in your feed, think twice about buying it. And just by listening to this podcast, and hopefully that echoes in your ear the next time you see something, you're like, oh, fuck, I need that for my business. You'll go, thanks, Alan. You're after saving me $1,200 this year. So it's the basics, and you only need a handful of softwares as well in your business. I've probably got about 5 to 8 core softwares that I use in my business, and that's it. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. It fucking runs perfectly. And even if I expanded my team, I don't need any more. I don't need any more silly gimmicky softwares. Sometimes what you need, you have it in front of you. For example, reverting back to job management, I rate and I'm a fanboy of ServiceMate. I think it can do so many things for your business, and it is basically all you need unless you've got an absolutely huge team. Then you would be looking at something like a Simpro. However, ServiceMate does so many things, but people throw the towel in early with ServiceMate because they think it doesn't have a feature that does this or it does that. To be fair, reporting is poor. I think they're going to improve that drastically. They're always working on ServiceMate, to be fair. But people throw the towel in early and they jump onto Simpro or Fergus or something like that. I actually know someone that went from ServiceMate, Fergus, Simpro, and then back to ServiceMate again, and was just kind of chasing that shiny object, the next tool, or thinking because if I use this, it's going to improve my business. But it actually causes quite the headache because you're transferring stuff over and back. But it's better the devil you know. It's better if you can try and figure out a way to make stuff work with your existing softwares. As I said to one of my members when I was on a call this week, I was showing him how I do stuff in my business, and he was doing stuff similar to it, but he had a way that he took what I was saying, but he used it in a different way to work on his software. And you know what? It works. There's nothing wrong with that. If he's got a way that works in his business that he can make it work, That's excellent. He's taken the principle, adapted it into his business and made it work. So it's fantastic. This podcast was more so to get you focused on what needs to be done. Stop getting distracted by silly things. Look straight ahead when you're driving. Don't be looking in the wing mirrors. Take the missus out for dinner with that leftover money you were about to spend on a silly subscription. And if you like what you're hearing, please rate, review. There are links underneath. And if you like gold like this, there is more, a lot more in my emails that's linked underneath. Catch you next time.